A friend of mine is thinking about signing up for Starlink. And I get it. In a remote village in Germany with no prospect of fiber anytime soon, it makes perfect sense. But then I started wondering, using an internet provider controlled by people whose values don't necessarily align with mine makes me more than a little bit nervous.
Space has become big business. Last year, the space economy has reached 500 billion euros in size. So it's really big business, and it's not just military.
This is Heinrich Kreft, who just published the book Space Security, Extending Europe's Defense into Space. And you would not believe how much of our daily lives actually run on satellites. GPS that guides your car, your streaming services, your banking apps, disaster alerts when floods hit. All that comes from space. Military drones in Ukraine, stock market trading speeds. It's all based on satellite infrastructure that we completely take for granted or don't even realize exists. And get this, SpaceX, Elon Musk's rocket company, now accounts for 60% of all global satellite launches. The richest man on Earth is also the most powerful person in space. His company Starlink operates 66% of satellites currently in orbit. That's more than the next 10 biggest players combined. And Starlink wants to launch 30,000 satellites, more than the total number already spinning around the world. How much has space turned into a question of infrastructure and power?
There are a lot of questions involved here. One question is reliability. If you compare it to water and electricity, you are interested in the reliability, that you get your electricity, that you get your water whenever you want it.
So, what happens when one company controls that switch? Picture this. September 2022. Ukraine is pushing to retake territory from Russia. Suddenly Starlink coverage just goes down. Their drones lose contact mid-mission. Artillery units reliant on Starlink to direct their fire struggle to hit targets. Communications collapse completely at the worst possible moment. Reuters found out that Elon Musk personally ordered that coverage be shut off.
It's the first time that a private company, or you can reduce it to one person, to Elon Musk, who is actually running SpaceX, and SpaceX is running Starlink. So never in history a single person has had such an influence on warfare. And well, Ukraine has experienced that he can switch it on, and he can also switch it off.
Martha Lane Fox, member of the House of Lords in the UK, British tech icon and former board member of Twitter, said, Elon Musk's current global dominance exemplifies the dangers of concentrated power in unregulated domains. Starlink is the clear market leader for consumer satellite internet. Other systems exist, but many are better suited to governments and businesses, or they come with higher latency. The biggest future rival could be Amazon Leo, former Cooper. Amazon is also moving further into the space market through Globalstar, which already supports Apple's emergency SOS service on iPhones.
The question today is much more who has the launching capability, who has the capital, and so that is basically defining the terms of how space is working. I'm not using the term regulated, because it's not regulated. It's basically regulated by, self-regulated by the companies who actually can do it. And the most powerful one is Starlink, is SpaceX of Elon Musk.
The EU totally gets this, which is why it struck a deal for 290 satellites by 2030. This program is called IRIS Square.
Well, IRIS² is also a satellite constellation for secure communication. And this is absolutely necessary if we want to be independent, if we want to be autonomous when it comes to communication. And of course, communication is both, is civil and military. Well, actually, you can make the point. Everything which is up there, everything which is in the sky, every satellite is dual use.
But here's the reality check. Last November, at a conference of the European Space Agency ESA, member states approved only 90% of the money ESA requested for global internet access. It was basically an admission that they can't compete with Starlink on mass-market broadband. That record budget of 22 billion euros? It's going mostly to defense, Earth observation, navigation, not catching up with Elon Musk.
IRIS² will be operational at the end of this decade. So for the next couple of years, we are relying on other providers, mainly on Starlink, and this is due to launching capabilities. We have only reduced launching capabilities in Europe with Ariane 6. Thanks God we have it back, because for about 1.5 years we had even lost our access to space because Ariane 5 had already exited, and Ariane 6 came late. So for about 1.5 years we were not even able to launch our own satellites. So we were even relying on SpaceX and Elon Musk's Falcon 9 to bring up our Galileo and Copernicus satellites.
So, when my friend in that German village signs up for Starlink, he's not just buying internet. He's picking a side. He's betting his connectivity on decisions made in boardrooms 8,000 kilometers away in California. Digital sovereignty, it matters. I'd love to hear what you think. Drop your take in the comments.